True Colours, another classic, released in 1986 and sung by Cyndi Lauper. The original version was very synth-based, but it makes for an awesome acoustic guitar arrangement. Lyrically, this song has a beautiful sentiment. It's got some really nice picking motifs for the guitar, some resonating chords for the verses, topped off with some simple strums for the chorus. The intro to the song can be played as this picking pattern. Breaking this down into 4 patterns. For pattern 1, on our picking hand, thumb on the A string, I use my ring finger on the high E and my middle finger on the B. You can swap these fingers around for whatever works best for you if this doesn't. On the fretting hand, my pinky is on the 3rd fret of the high E, and my first finger will hover above the 1st fret of the B string, but not yet pressing it down. So back to the picking hand, we pinch the A string and the high E together, and then with our middle finger play the B string open, then fret with our first finger on the picking hand the 1st fret, and then play again the high E. So we have this little pattern. Section 2, we keep our fingers in these positions on the fretting side, but bring our middle finger up to play the 2nd fret of the A string. We then pinch with our picking hand the A string and the high E string again. Play the B string, play the B string on fret number 1 again, and then back to the high E. So as you can see, we're repeating the pattern, but what we've done is create a new root note or bass note for the thumb. Section 3 repeats the same sequence, but now we bring our 3rd finger on our fretting hand to the 3rd fret of the A string. And then we just play A string and E string, open B, 1st fret B, and stop there. Pattern 4 changes the whole fretting hand position into 1st fret, E string, low E string, and middle finger 2nd fret G string, and let that ring out. We then play open B string and then 1st fret B string. This picking pattern has essentially taken notes from 4 chords. So if you want to keep the intro simple and just do a chord strum, you can play A minor, G over B or G/B, C, and F. And obviously if you don't want to play the bar chord or you're not able to play the bar chord, you can play the 5-string F or the 4-string F. Moving on to verse 1. The chords we need for the verse are A minor, G over B, C, C over E, F add 9, F, and then we have a D minor in there as well. The chords in the verse resonate, so we do 1 strum, let the notes ring out, and then move on to the next chord. I actually prefer to play this with my fingers on the picking hand, pinch the strings and pull them out, because it gives more separation of each separate string, and it's a little bit gentler to go with the song. The A minor chord to begin with, my thumb is on the A string and my fingers are on the next 3 strings. So I pinch them all at the same time. Moving on to the G over B, I stay on the same strings with my picking hand. Moving to the C, I keep my fingers on the same hand again on the picking hand. The C/E, I do the same with my 3 fingers on the picking hand, but move the thumb up to the low E string. F add 9, all my fingers come down, so the thumb's on the D, the first finger G, middle finger B, ring finger high E. Same for the F. And then we're back up to the A, and then to the G. For the G, I have my thumb on the E string, first finger D string, middle finger G string, ring finger B string. That's the first 2 lines. You with the sad eyes. It's hard to take courage. This next section I picked to go with the synth on the original recording. We start with a C chord. On the picking hand, the thumb's on the A string, ring finger on the high E string, pinch those together. The first finger on the picking hand then plays the G, middle finger B, and ring finger high E again. This is our full picking pattern. Moving to a D minor chord, our thumb comes down to play the D string. The rest of the picking pattern's the same. We slide the chord up 2 frets. So our first finger is on the 3rd fret E, middle finger 4th fret G, 3rd finger 5th fret B. Thumb and ring finger on the E strings, first finger on the G, middle finger on the B. Stop there, because we now slide up to the 5th fret with our first finger and our middle finger. So you're playing the G string 5th fret and the high E string 5th fret. And then we're going to pinch those 2 together. That gives us our F chord. And then the middle finger is going to come back to the 3rd fret. If you don't want to pick that section, you can replace it with the chord C, D minor, C over E, F, and choose an F that you're able to play. In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all. Following on from there, we have A minor, darkness sets in, G side you, makes you, F, feels so, C. The chorus now, we can move on to a strumming pattern. Don't be afraid to let them show true colors, you're beautiful. Chords we need for the chorus, I'll be playing an F. You can play another variation. We have C, G, we have an A minor in there, there's an F/C in there, and we have a tasty G sus/fa. I'll strum the chorus chord sequence through slower with visual references on the screen so you can follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you aren't able to make the reach of the G sus/fa, put a G in there instead. Once we've got to the end of the chorus, the song goes through the same format as it did from the beginning, with the picking pattern as an interlude, but with a slight variation. As far as the structure of the song goes, it's relatively simple. We have the picking pattern at the beginning twice, we have the verse, we have the chorus, we have an interlude, which is the picking pattern twice but the variation. Then we have a verse, then we have a chorus, then we have a picking pattern, then a verse, then a chorus, and then we finish on the picking pattern. This lesson here breaks down Lilac Wine by Jeff Buckley. It's a perfect companion for True Colours. See you next time.